Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. So this watch is the latest version of the seminal Chronometre Résonance, a watch that first debuted back in 2000. It was the first ever acoustic resonance coupled movement, a timepiece designed to use Janvier's principle of acoustic resonance coupling, but with a lever escapement and balance wheel format. Now, FP Journe had experimented with pocket watches employing this phenomenon as early as the 1980s. Initially, they didn't work. Later on the wristwatch format, he was able to get the system to operate as he intended, and we'll talk in a moment about what that means. So this model, the latest of the Chronometre Résonance, debuted in 2020, very different from what came before. It's still a genuine dual-time watch with split 12 and 24-hour time zones. It still has two independent movements, with the exception of a new feature, actually two new features. A single barrel now drives both trains instead of having separate barrels, and a differential, which you can see through the dial, ensures even distribution of force to the two sides and energy to the two sides. And then we have a remontoir, constant force device, on each side that doubles down on this idea of constant force to each escapement. So equal energy, equal force, two identical escapements, beating in opposition. These balances both operate at 3 hertz or 6 beats per second, and you can see that the hairsprings are opposite in orientation but identical in their geometry. This is not as big as the current Resonance can get. It's 40 millimeters in diameter and 6N red gold. It's got a white gold dial. Taking a look in profile, I measure 11 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 47.9 with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and it wears nicely. I say this watch would wear on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. The strap is not broken and it's fairly stiff, and I'm pulling it tightly. But yeah, if your wrist is 14 centimeters circumference and up, you could wear this just fine. It's low enough with a sloped bezel that it would easily slide under a dress cuff. The strap is a nice piece. As you can see, it's a Journe factory strap. Small round scale alligator leather on the bottom, large rectangular symmetrical scales on the top, sort of an ultramarine blue, and this is an expensive cut. You can see this large symmetrical rectangular scale, a pricey and rare cut of the beast. Turn it over, round scales on the bottom cost more but also last longer, and this deserves the best. Curved spring bars are used by Journe often because the lugs are drilled very close to the case to improve small wrist fit. Also, with the curved spring bar, you have a nice tight fit between strap and case. It looks very integrated and clean, and there's no impediment to the motion of the strap. Taking a quick look at the bottom, you pull the tab, the strap pops right off. Pull tab spring bar can be very handy. We have a pin buckle, Journe making cases, dials and movements in-house now. The case is iconic. Domed bezel, domed case back, a flange of each defining the mid case, integrated lugs that turn down 90 degrees from the sweep of the horizontal case band. We have the double dimple unbranded knurled Journe crowns. Actually, more on that in a moment. One of them is a flyback trigger. One of them can be used for winding and setting the watch. Everything on the case is polished, and you can see we've got a dial that is matte white gold. The movement is made of gold, so it's gold on the outside, gold on the dial, gold on the movement. We have this polished steel bezel that surrounds the time displays. 2 different time displays that can be set independently. One's a true 24-hour display if you need to keep track of a place where you are not and distinguish AM from PM. We have assembly screws on the dial side, a long-time signature of Journe watch design. This center section in silver white is actually a cut of silver. We have the distinctive Journe biomorphic tapered hands. And a quick note about actually setting this watch. Helps to have some fingernails when you do it. You turn in one direction and it adjusts the 24-hour hand. You turn in the opposite direction and it adjusts the 12-hour. You've got the differential at the center, ensuring that force to each side is equalized from the single barrel. And then you can see that we've got the power reserve indicator up at the top. The power reserve here is 42 hours, but for 28 hours, the remontoir constant force devices ensure constant force and energy to each escapement. So you want to make sure that you keep the power reserve indicator in the cream-colored section of that arc. Keep it out of the red, because when it gets to the red, that's when the system is not working to provide constant force. Now, because it takes 7 to 10 minutes for resonance, acoustic resonance, to couple these two sides, you'll wind up with the seconds hands effectively locked together, but not in parallel. So you've got this little flyback trigger right here where you pull, and it synchronizes the hands. And then they shouldn't drift by more than 5 seconds per 24 hours. Turning it all over, you can see the movement is large. It's 34.2 millimeters in diameter. This caliber is the 1520, features 62 joules, 2 balances, each free sprung, beating at 3 hertz, each with a flat hairspring, equal but opposite in orientation. We've got the 42-hour power reserve, courtesy of a single large barrel up at the top. Of course, the 62 pivot joules, 30 meters water resistant, dress watch standard water resistance. Screw heads are polished. Bevels are now convincingly polished and rounded and mirrored at Journe. This is still the product of an industrial process, but the finishing step of polishing the bridges after machine milling has made Journe movements considerably more attractive. Now, there's nothing as ambitious as a sharp interior angle here, not on the steel parts, not on the gold parts, but Journe movement finish has improved. We have linear stripes. We have satination on the wheels. You can see that all of the steel parts are either brushed or mirror finish, which is a lovely look. And then we have engine turning on the base plates. The balance is beat in opposition, so they turn like this. Synchronized but opposite. The idea here is that if a sudden shake on the wrist or a bump, a concussion, a motion, an orientation causes one to slow, the other, which is coupled to it, will yoke it back into correct timing. So the coupling is a self-correcting sort of chronometry as well. And it's very important. You can see the underlying escapements. They are fully polished, and that locating pegs here and here and here, as well as on the substructures, those have been polished on their heads. Those are the pegs that are used to locate bridges on top of the base plate or on lower bridges below. So it's a nice, attractive, handsomely finished mechanical opus, deeply impressive stuff. And again, the movement is 18 karat gold. The case is 6N red gold, a super red high copper alloy that is used by very few. FP Journe is the only one of which I am aware. So this is not pink, this is not rose, this is not even conventional 5N red. This is 6N red. So if you love this watch with its differential remontoir resonance coupling that seems almost like magic, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions.